Hello guys, and today I'm going to show you the comparison between the ASUS TUF Dash F15 and the MSI GF63 Thin. So without any further ado, let's get started. The ASUS TUF Dash F15 and the MSI GF63 Thin are two gaming laptops priced at around $1,000, and both of them offer a good value for money as gaming laptops. Both have similar specs with a few differences, and this comparison is to see which one is the better option if you've got $1,000 to spend on a gaming laptop. As always, the links for both of these laptops is in the description, and I feel like both are worth checking out at least. In this comparison, we'll have the main components compared, including the build quality and design, display quality, performance and battery life. Firstly, let's take a look at the build quality on these, which is quite good on both. The ASUS TUF Dash F15 comes with a metal and plastic combo build that feels excellent. It feels very sturdy, having only a small amount of flex on the display and none on the keyboard deck. The laptop weighs in at around 1.9 kilos and has a thickness of around 1 inch, which doesn't make it overly bulky or heavy, so it's relatively easy to carry around. The brushed finish also doesn't scratch easily, but like most dark color finishes, it's a fingerprint magnet. In terms of design, the TUF F15 feels like a clean approach to a gaming design where you can feel it as a gaming laptop without sticking out too much. In comparison, the MSI GF63 Thin also features a metal and plastic combo build that looks and feels a lot like the older model of the GF63. That is not a bad thing though, and the laptop has a substantial hefty feel which makes you confident in the build quality. Like the TUF F15, the MSI also has an all black surface that really shows up fingerprints. The MSI weighs in at around 1.85 kilos and has a thickness of 0.85 inches, making it slightly lighter and thinner than the TUF F15. It does have a clean look though, and even though it might not be as thin as the name would suggest, it is fitting considering that it is a gaming laptop. Overall, these are both portable laptops for gaming and have good build quality, and it depends on what design you prefer between them, so this round is a tie between the two. Next up, we have the displays on both. The displays are probably the second most important component of a gaming laptop, and here, both are just decent in my opinion. Both the displays have the same specs with 15.6-inch Full HD IPS panels with a 144Hz refresh rate. The ASUS TUF Dash F15 has a display that is slightly better in terms of colors and contrast to the MSI. Both the displays have the same amount of smoothness to their panels due to being 144Hz, and I feel like 144Hz is more than enough to game on a laptop. You feel the smoothness as compared to 60Hz, and gaming is not only both a much better experience than 60Hz, but also provides you a competitive edge in esports games. I wouldn't recommend these two for editing though, since they are well below 80% even on sRGB coverage, making them feel washed out when compared to a more color accurate display. Both are still usable for regular use and gaming, and if I had to choose one between the two, it would have to be the ASUS TUF Dash F15's display, as it is slightly better looking. Performance on both the ASUS TUF Dash F15 and the MSI GF63 Thin are great for their price brackets, and they only differ in one of the major components. The ASUS TUF Dash F15 comes with an Intel Core i7-12650H CPU, 16GB of DDR5 RAM, a 512GB NVMe SSD, and the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 GPU. On the other hand, the MSI GF63 comes with the same Intel Core i7-12650H CPU, 16GB of DDR4 RAM instead of DDR5, a similar 512GB NVMe SSD, and instead of the RTX 3060, it comes with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 GPU. Regular and gaming performance on both is great, with both being capable of playing almost every game out at 1080p with high settings. The DDR5 RAM on the ASUS doesn't really make that much of a difference, but the GPU differences still feel noticeable. The RTX 3060 has more raw performance as compared to the 4050 on the ASUS, but the RTX 4050 does have the benefit of the latest DLSS from NVIDIA and the latest features. Thermals are a topic where the MSI shines more than the ASUS. The ASUS TUF Dash F15 runs quite warm on higher load, with the keyboard deck at times feeling uncomfortable to use. Thermal throttling and such isn't that big an issue, so it should be fine for most things. The MSI has much better thermals, and it doesn't get too warm on the outside, and also has quieter fans as compared to the ASUS. Again, due to the thermals, any one of these can be a good choice, but the MSI slightly edges this due to being quieter and cooler. Battery life on both the laptops is about average for gaming laptops. The ASUS TUF Dash F15 has a slightly better battery backup, with it lasting around 6 hours on average with medium use. The MSI, on the other hand, barely manages to scrap 5 hours on regular use. Overall, these aren't battery champs by any means, but can do the job. Also, since the ASUS has the potential to last longer, it wins this round easily. So the final verdict for the comparison between the ASUS TUF Dash F15 and the MSI GF63 Thin, I'd say that both of these are good options to consider at this price. If you want better thermals and a thinner build, the MSI is a good option. Otherwise, I'd actually recommend going for the ASUS TUF Dash F15 since it doesn't really have that many major weaknesses, and also prefer the look and feel of it as well. So that's it for the video guys, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and hope you've enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.